What's up, fragrant world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. Today we're talking about fragrances that make me feel. This is an old series. I cannot remember the name of the person who started this up. If I do get that information, I'll leave it down here. But I was tagged by a couple people. I was first tagged by CJ over at CJCityTv. He tagged me a while back, so I apologize for my late start to get into this. And then I was recently tagged by Forti to jump into this. So if you don't know how this works, we got 8 categories: confident, fun, daring, sexy, impressive, in heaven, professional, and relaxed. I'm going to be talking about them in an order slightly different to that, but those are the 8 categories, and you got to pick one fragrance that corresponds to each category. By the end of this video, I will tag at least one other person to jump in on the fun here. So first up, fragrance that makes me feel confident. Many people would probably put this on their own list if they're going to be honest. This is Creed Aventus. I gotta say, even though I'm not wearing it that much these days, when I do put it on, I never feel like, oh, why did I put on Creed Aventus today? I always feel immediately confident, just like ready to go. I don't know what it is, but it does the job. It makes me feel so confident, and I love it for that. That's Creed Aventus. Fresh, bold, woody. Has a sensuality to it when it dries. Really, really nice. You know, it's hyped, but for a reason. Up next, fragrance that makes me feel fun, and it's in the scent profile. This is Layton from Parfum de Marly. Sweet and fresh, aromatic, spicy. Man, it's just a fun scent. It's very alluring, but it's fun. You want to, you put it on and it screams off the skin. It's pretty loud, and you just want to be out with people and just be having fun. And that's a scent that makes me feel that way when I put it on. So that is Layton from Parfum de Marly. Now we got a fragrance that makes me feel daring. Now this is a fragrance that is, I'd say, relatively daring in my collection. Not the most daring, not like a nude fragrance or anything like that. But it is a little unusual. It's a little different from your run-of-the-mill fragrances. And most people who smell it off you, I think, will either be like, wow, that is different. What is that? And that could go either way. Either they'll like it or they won't. This is Dolce di Giorno from Boyce 1920. I love the green juice in here. It's so nice. But man, again, it's different, but it's beautiful. When you really get a chance to get a good whiff, it is beautiful, but it is a little daring to me. So when I'm feeling daring, usually when I'm gonna go out at night and I'm gonna be dressed well, I will put this on and I'll just have this little smirk on my face, walking by people saying, are they gonna like it? Are they gonna hate it? We'll see. I just get that thrill from this. That is Dolce di Giorno from Boyce 1920. Now, a fragrance that makes me feel impressive. This is a new addition to my collection, and this is from the house of Bottega Veneta. This is Pour Homme Extreme, and this is allegedly discontinued. By the way, look at the bottom of that bottle. How often do you see something like that? Beautiful. So this fragrance, so refined. Lots of leather, you got lots of green notes, patchouli. It doesn't have a lot of sweetness to it. It's dry, it's bold, it's earthy. And again, it just makes me feel impressive. I kind of stand a little bit taller when I put this on. Yeah, that's just the best way I can describe it. I feel like impressing people around me, and I feel like I'm doing that when I'm wearing this. That is Pour Homme Extreme from the house of Bottega Veneta. Now, fragrance that makes me feel sexy. Without a doubt, 100% of the time, La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. Again, another pick that many people would probably choose as well. But man, every time I spray this on, I'm like, every time I spray this on, I'm ready. I'm like, I feel seductive. I feel like I could not walk by anybody without them. So when I'm feeling sexy, I throw this on and I know I smell it too. That is La Nuit de l'Homme. Now, a fragrance that makes me feel relaxed. Without a doubt, tea notes tend to make me feel pretty relaxed. I think others again would agree. From the house of Parfums Vintage, this is Imbue, and this is their copy or clone or take or inspiration, whatever you want to call it, on a popular cult fragrance. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2 from the house of Gucci, which has apparently been discontinued, but it's still pretty readily available. But this is pretty much an exact copy of that, but with better performance. Beautiful tea scent, very warm. There's cinnamon in here, there's violet in here. It's sweet, it's warm, it's kind of watery. Again, it's not loud, but it does persist on the skin. It creates a nice resonating bubble around you. And it just smells so nice. It really calms me down.
Way down.
So that is MB from the House of Parfums Vintage. All right, we're gonna bump it back up. A fragrance that makes me feel professional. This is one I've had in my collection for a while. And whenever I wanna feel professional, I throw this on. Now this isn't maybe something you would call like office friendly, or you're gonna wear to a professional engagement, like, I don't know. To me, it's maybe more of like a night out scent, but I think it still comes across as gentlemanly and professional. From the house of John Varvatos, this is Vintage. This, yeah, oh man. I've always loved this. It's so elegant and refined and gentlemanly and just kind of authoritative. It's sweet and rich and warm and kind of spicy and leathery. It's kind of hard to describe, to be honest. It's a difficult scent to pin down. There's a lot of notes acting in different ways here. You got rhubarb in here as well. They all come together to create this really interesting blend that's very, again, kind of warm and sweet, maybe from tonka bean, leathery, a little bit aromatic too, but there's this depth to it that is very commanding. And that's what makes me feel professional. John Varvatos Vintage. And last, but certainly not least, fragrance that makes me feel like I am in heaven. This is blowing up my favorite fragrance spot right now. If you've been following the channel, you already know what it is. This is L'Homme Ideal Cologne from the house of Guerlain. It's top of my designer summer list. Yes. And the way I judged this criteria, a fragrance that makes me feel like I'm in heaven, as soon as I spray it or smell it, I smile. Uncontrollably and involuntarily. Wow. This is such a stunner. Beautiful scent, has a bit of a uniqueness to it. Sweet and fresh and lemony. Even though there's no lemon, it's grapefruit. It's creamy and it's a little bit sparkly and spicy. Pink pepper, we got some almond in there, again, grapefruit, vetiver. It's just a gorgeous scent. So, wow. Those are the fragrances that make me feel a certain way. Hope you enjoyed it. Now I gotta tag, I'm gonna tag two people. First person I'm gonna tag, Chad from A Gentleman's Journey. You're it. Let's see the 8 fragrances that make you feel these certain ways. And the next person I'm gonna tag is Andrea from the channel Curly Scents. Andrea, let's see the 8 fragrances that you have that make you feel these certain ways. I'll link down below the channel so you guys can check them out if you don't know these people, although I'm sure you probably do at this point. And I'll also list the 8 categories down below so you can reference those. Anyway, let me know what you think about these. If you can list a fragrance for each category yourself, feel free to do so in the comments. I'd love to know. Let's talk about it. You know the deal. If you like the content, please don't hesitate. Give me a like so I know that you like what you're seeing here. And if you haven't already subscribed,
you know, the button's there. I'm not gonna say anything. I won't even know if you did it.
But you're welcome to subscribe. Would love to have you back on the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. See you in the next one.